Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Cesar here with a video here today. We're gonna have a pretty cool video. Basically, I'm kind of going over a lot of my daily things that I use every single day. I think it's around 7 or 8 tips in this entire video. I'll just kind of help you guys out with like working with your workflow inside Photoshop, just kind of speeding it up, giving a lot of really cool insight of how I kind of work like pretty fast. Like a lot of my compliments that I ever get when people actually watch me design is that, oh, you work so fast, or how'd you do this, how'd you do that? I think most of them, if not all of them, are gonna be in this video. It's gonna be in today's video here today. And yeah, I mean, also, mind you, I looked at my subscription thing. Okay, this is wild. 70% of you guys that are watching this video right now are probably not even subscribed. So I'm gonna like just point that out there, just like go click it. It's kind of scary how many of you guys are not subscribed. I understand why though, but just understand we're gonna have a great relationship if you guys do subscribe. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys do enjoy. I'll talk to you guys later. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy. Love you guys. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off with a nice little double combo, and that's just the first thing being, when you guys are making a new layer, just use Control-Shift-N. I got you on that part. Now following that though, if you guys are ever in a scenario where you have to quick fill a selection that you have, use Control-Backspace to quick fill in your current foreground color, and if you use Alt-Backspace, it'll help you quick fill in your current background color. Now, just for no confusion, the left box on your color picker is basically always going to be your foreground color, and the right box is always going to be your background color, so no worries there, I got you. And honestly guys, this is a pretty cool little trick to do. It comes in handy a lot when you're creating boxes with like a rectangle marquee tool for like subtext or even blocking things together. Something definitely you should have down pat when you're looking for a really good workflow. Did I also mention that it also works on your text as well? Just press Control Backspace and or Alt Backspace to quick fill in your foreground or background colors while the actual text is selected. It will change the color. So next is the use case of having to actually invert colors. If you guys are like me and you work with logos that might have a primary white and then another color, or vice versa, being of course white being black, besides doing a new clipping mask layer and then filling in the right contrast color in, just press Control I to invert the colors, then Control U to bring up the hue and saturation table, and slide the top hue bar all the way to the left or right. I think it doesn't really matter. It's the quickest way that I like to invert colors and continue working on what I thought was important before I had to like switch my colors around. So a nice, really cool little trick for you guys. And also to keep in mind, it does alter your primary colors a little bit, so do not use this on very important projects. But this is also a good time to say when you guys press Control U on your keyboard again to bring up the hue and saturation table, to make anything black or white, all you have to do is let your lightness all the way to -100 or +100, and it'll make it pure white and pure black as well. So the next one's actually a pretty quick one. Let's just say if you guys need to cut out a portion of a picture or using the marquee selection tool for whatever reason, you can actually move the selection without letting it go by holding down space, which honestly can help you guys eliminate the cause of having to reset your mouse placement for not selecting the right spot the first time. And I actually wanted to piggyback this next tip with the previous, and that's pressing Control and Enter after closing a pen tool path to make a selection. This basically helps you guys eliminate the steps of having to right click and then pressing Make Selection and then followed by pressing OK. So yeah, if you guys actually have to cut a lot of things out or use the pen tool a lot in some cases to, you know, make a selection of certain things, it's a nice, clean, and simple way just pressing Control Enter to get right back into the action. And just to even add a little more, never forget the fact that with a selection, you can of course press Control C and Control V to copy and paste that selection. Simple thing to keep in mind when you guys are actually in those scenarios. Alright, so next up is a good sequence of keybinds when actually navigating your canvas. I'm sure we all zoom into our work every now and again and love to scan our canvas, but besides actually choosing the hand motion to quickly pan around, just hold space and it'll give you the hand tool. Following that, to zoom out, there's never a real need to actually choose the zoom tool. Just holding down Alt and scrolling will help you zoom out by 20% each scroll, and then also holding Alt and Shift will help you zoom out in intervals of 50%, which makes it super easy to move in and out of your canvas a lot easier. Okay, so now for this next tip, it is definitely one of my most used cases, and that's making it super easy to select and find things on your canvas without ever having to actually click on the layer. So with the move tool already selected, or by pressing V to get to the shortcut for it, holding Control while on the move tool and making sure you have in the top bar layer selected and not group. So now every time you actually click, you'll automatically select the object on your cursor. And in case you're wondering, it also does select and highlight it on your actual layer panel as well. And to select multiple things as well, all you have to do is hold Shift while also holding down Control and click, and that way more things can be selected at once. Honestly, like, imagine just not knowing this. I feel bad. You guys are gonna run into issues where if you do have a vibrance and or curves or any adjustments or any like lighting situations you gotta do, if you guys do lock those layers, you can also then get past the fact that it keeps selecting the actual adjustments. Just little things I'm sure that you're probably gonna run into. Alright guys, and I want to end off with a few quick points that I just couldn't seem to fit in a nice little section, so here they are. One is being duplication of a layer. If you guys hold Alt and Shift and drag your mouse, you will make a duplication that will stay in the same axis direction that your mouse movement started with. And yes, that does include if you want to drag it diagonally. Also, just pressing Alt and dragging creates a duplication without restrictions to direction. And yes, it does also work with having multiple things selected and then trying to make a duplication as well. Now, the second thing is actually your brush size and hardness. I get a lot of questions all the time is how do I change my sizes of the actual brush and hardness without ever actually going to the brush setting. All you have to do is hold Alt while your brush is selected and right click and drag your mouse left and right for size, and then up and down for your hardness. Makes it super easy for quick adjustments on the fly when erasing a mask or anything that needs to do with any brush work, and it always just comes in handy. And then the last thing, guys, is pretty much just save. There is no work is safe, okay? Unless you actually save. So please just get used to pressing Control and S when every time your fingers stop and you start thinking, just press Control S. Sometimes I literally press Control S for like 4 minutes straight while I'm thinking of the next thing I want to do. Just keep that in mind because, you know, it always sucks when you kind of just don't save. All of a sudden your Photoshop crashes and then you're on Twitter being like, yo, Photoshop, man, your thing just always crashes. It wouldn't really matter too much. Do not rely on autosave. Just make sure you guys save as much as you possibly can, and that's just like, that's the last tip out of there. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of the video here today. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video, all the tips and all that good stuff. I would suggest you guys to check out in either the top right info panels or the description down below. A really cool video that I did was like 5 tips from Photoshop that you'll, if you don't know, you better know kind of thing. Because these kind of run off the same concept of this video here, but they're completely different and also going to help you a lot, like just as much as hopefully this video did. With that being said, I talk to you guys later. Sesso HQ out. Do not forget to keep smiling, stay positive, and stay freaking productive, guys. Much love. And to those 70% of the people that are probably watching this video, probably clicked off by now, but if you didn't, I mean, if you literally listen right now, you might as well press the subscribe button because you literally listened way too long. All I'm saying, just that's it. I love you. Goodbye.